Severe weather season is here. Other than thunderstorms, flooding, and tornadoes, hail can create the perfect storm in Colorado.
Bad news for your car, too. Turns out the Front Range's topography is an ideal environment to create hail. Storm Tracker 13's Mike Everett explains more about the weather phenomenon.
Guys, Colorado is smack dab in the middle of what many meteorologists call Hail Alley. It's a swath of land that also includes parts of Nebraska and Wyoming that is frequently pummeled by hail. Areas of the Front Range and Eastern Plains can see 10 or more days of severe hail per year on average. When my family moved from Florida to Colorado, I was shocked to find that my car insurance almost doubled. Now I know why. A study published last year by the National Insurance Crime Bureau ranked Colorado second nationally behind Texas for hail loss claims. In fact, since moving here, we've already had one vehicle totaled from last summer's hail damage. I like to think of hail formation as a popcorn machine. A small piece of ice that naturally incurs inside of a cloud starts to get bounced around inside of it by updrafts. Mountainous areas like Colorado's Rockies promote these updrafts by acting as elevated heat sources that pump warm air up from the ground high into the atmosphere. They can spend a half an hour bouncing around inside of these clouds, colliding with more bits of ice and water, becoming bigger and bigger, with the absolute largest and the strongest updrafts taking close to an hour before they become large and heavy enough to be released and drop down onto us. These storms might at first loom over Colorado, but they also carry out into the plains in the east, sucking in more moisture as they go, which is why the most largest and damaging hail is generally found to our east. South Dakota and Nebraska hold the current records for largest circumference and diameter. Now, that's not to say we don't have our fair share of hail damage here in the Centennial State. Last week's storms broke windows and caused widespread property damage in Denver. And many of us are still recovering from last summer's heavy hail in the Pikes Peak region. The bottom line, don't expect this to change unless the Rocky Mountains suddenly disappear. Our greatest source of beauty and inspiration is also our biggest meteorological influence, for better or for worse. In studio, I'm Storm Tracker 13's Mike Everett.
And we just learned Colorado Mills Mall in Lakewood will remain closed all week for repairs after it got slammed by a nasty hailstorm last Monday. Workers are still assessing the extensive damage. Golf ball-sized hail shattered lights and caused water damage. Shop owners and employees are allowed inside the mall, but there's no date when the mall will reopen to shoppers.